this is Charlotte speaking. I'm behind the camera today. It's it's just Men's Health Week, but we're focusing on men's mental health. And we are joined by Jay, who is over on the right in the blue t-shirt. He is my brother-in-law. And my husband, who has never made an appearance on this channel before,
First
Callum.
time.
So I roped them both into, and they were very happy to, do a video talking about men's mental health, because we feel it is super important to cover it, as well as obviously there's a lot of other health aspects that will be covered this week, but we wanted to focus on mental health. So I'm going to ask you guys questions and they're going to answer. First question, I'm going to aim at Callum, who's in the red jumper. In the firing line. So, how do you feel talking about mental health as a man?
Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's part and parcel of life. We're all going to need to speak to someone at some point. So, at the end of the day, why be embarrassed about something that everyone will go through at some point in their life?
Lovely. And Jay, do you feel the same?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think there's a stigma around men talking about their feelings. We're given an image that we should be hard or not emotionally cut off and stuff. That's what the image seems to be put out. But I don't think that's the case. I think we all need to talk about it. We all share similar emotions at some point in our life. To reiterate what Callum said, people are going to go through it. Men are going to go through it as well. So talking to someone and expressing how you feel can really benefit people. Really.
That's great. And I think it's really great that you guys feel openly about talking about mental well-being as men, because suicide is unfortunately one of the biggest killers in males under the age of 30. I can't remember, but it's a very, yes, don't take that as gospel. Bless you, Jay.
That's yeah, 2 meters.
Yeah.
Callum, why do you think that suicide is the biggest killer in men under the age of? I'm going to check that stat and post it in the comments of this video.
I think it's more that, like, echoing what Jay said about feeling that you have to be the tough one, that you can't talk about it. Eventually that will grind you down, and I think as guys, even when we hit those low points, we still refuse naturally to speak about it. But I think we need to change that stigma of, you don't have to, it doesn't make you look any weaker. If anything, it probably makes you look stronger, because you're open enough to talk about a problem, be it minor. If it can save you the aggro of months and months of mental health issues for the sake of having a 10-minute conversation with a mate, and it resolves it, or it makes you think differently about that situation, or whatever it is, do it. It's not doing you any harm, it's just going to help you.
How do you, maybe both of you, how do you think men can overcome that feeling of it making them feel weak to ask for help? What can they do to, because I don't know, what can they do to try and overcome that and reach out?
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, I'll let you take that one. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think it's just literally just give it a shot. Accepting that what you're feeling makes sense. No one's judging you for feeling that way. And again, to reiterate, that someone else in your proximity, in your group of friends or in your family has probably gone through the same thing that you're feeling. So just don't be hard on yourself. You will be worse off neglecting your feelings than you would if you accepted them and accepted support. I work in a psychiatric hospital on an all-male ward, and I think that a lot of our patients would not be there or be in that position they're in if they just had support. So allowing support to come in and help, could be massively beneficial. So I think it's just be open to the idea of allowing help to come in, and it could save you from going down, unfortunately, a deeper path. And I think the earlier you allow someone to come in, the better. You know, it's depending on the size of the hill, it's a lot easier to come back up if it's a smaller hill. If you keep neglecting your feelings, it's going to be a lot harder to get back up to where you were. So just seeking help and acknowledging that you need help is going to be a good thing for young men.
Oh, I think that's a great advice there. Callum, have you got anything to add to that?
I'm a bit blunt myself. I think just forget being embarrassed about it. There is literally nothing to be embarrassed about. If anything, like, you just got to view it as like exactly like Joe was saying, in terms of someone within close to your proximity. Someone you're close to could be going through the exact same thing at the same time, and you might just opening up to each other. Suddenly you realise you've got more support there than you even first thought, by even having a best friend that you don't want to talk to you about. They might have exactly the same issue going on. Kill two birds with one stone. You both realise, actually, I'm not suffering alone. There's not just maybe you and your best friend going through it. There's a number of other people you know, even you go to school with or who you work with. They're all going through the same issues. We've all got the same struggles or what have you. Don't look at it as that you're the only one going through it.
Oh, that's great advice. So we'll end this video on that, and we are going to film another one talking about ways in which we can improve our mental well-being on a daily basis. So thank you for listening, and thank you, Jay and Callum.
You're welcome. Thank you.